Zach McReynolds here of the Cherrie Zach team, NextHome Real Estate Rockstars, Valencia, California. Want to talk about new construction. There's still a lot of it getting built in Santa Clarita. We are still at low inventory levels. We do not have even 2 months of inventory in Santa Clarita. New construction has always been and always will be a desirable purchase for when buying a home. A lot of people like that new car smell. Well, a lot of people like that new home smell. When you're buying resale or an older property, there's things that you have to take into consideration, like the fact that it's not in perfect condition. There is going to be normal wear and tear for a used property. We often liken buying a home to buying a used car. It's not going to be perfect. The price of the home is based on the normal wear and tear of that property, and that's what you're purchasing. But when it comes to new construction, you are getting brand new, and there's some things that are really appealing to that. So let's talk about some of the questions that you should be answering. I got 25 questions that you should. Oh, geez, I hope the microphone was picking all that up. If you're seeing this, I went back and listened to it, and it still sounded good. I got a list of 25 questions that I will get to you. My desk is a mess. Let's clean this bad boy up. Hey, oh man. Look, how cool is this camera? No, it was following me before. All right, it's not following me now. 25 questions that you should be asking when you go and talk to new construction. We also advise that you hire a realtor to represent you when you are buying new construction. Why do you want a realtor to represent you? Well, A, we have this amazing list of questions from experience of selling new construction homes and all the things that we've learned over the years. B, the contracts for new construction are written by the builder's lawyer. That contract is their contract written by them. So, think about that. If you purchase a home in California, it is on a California residential purchase agreement. It is been written and added to by the California Association of Realtors to help protect you, a buyer, when buying a home. You don't have that when you're buying new construction. You literally are signing a contract that is written by the actual builder. So you're negotiating with the builder, and do you really want them representing you and purchasing their property on a contract written by them? No, you should probably have your own representation to advise you, review their contracts, and be able to look out for and ask certain things. So why don't we talk about, if you see on the scroll bar right here too, if you text NewConQs, so new construction questions. It is not case sensitive, so literally, but all attached one word. NewConQs to that number 661-403-0619. Then we will get you the full 25 questions. But let's go over a couple of them. Number one, California has mandated that all new construction actually has solar panels attached. That doesn't mean that it's paid off solar. So you need to ask, is the solar panel included? Is it paid off? Are you getting them? Or it's probably a lease agreement, or you can purchase it. If you can purchase it, then you need to ask them. A follow-up question to that would be, can you roll the payment for the solar panels into your loan for the property? So it's a really good question, but it is required that they have solar panels now. It's a California mandate that they have solar. Another really good question, and these are in the order that they are on. The 25, there's actually 26, so you're getting a free bonus one. Can you rent out the property? A lot of them have in their CC&Rs and bylaws that you cannot purchase as a income home, so you have to be owner occupied. So they have an agreement that you can't rent them out for a certain amount of time. And a good follow-up question to that is, are you allowed to sell? If, let's say, you got in there after a couple of months, they went up in value and you weren't interested in living there any longer, are you allowed to sell, or is there a time constraint on when you can sell? This is a really obvious one, and a lot of the questions on here are going to be, there's some normal stuff like, are appliances included? What is included? What are the standard finishes? That's all pretty normal stuff to ask. And I put those in the list, but we have some really good kind of deep in that onion layer questions that you want to make sure you understand the answer to. Standing inventory. What is ready for move-in? So when you walk in, if you go, do you have any standing inventory? That's something that is built and ready to go. Like literally, you could open escrow on that today. So that is a good thing to know, especially if you're in an accelerated timeline. Another one we got on here. So number 9, this is extremely important because if you're a buyer in resale and you had a realtor representing you, um, contingencies are built into a standard California residential purchase agreement, or what we call an RPA, a purchase contract. There are contingency periods to protect you, the buyer, to make sure that you don't lose your deposit. There are a lot of questions that you want to ask the new construction sales rep when you're there, but a good one is, what is your point of no return? They're going to ask you for a deposit. Is that deposit refundable? Is it non-refundable from the jump, or is there a certain date that that contingency period is over? The difference in new construction is you don't have to physically remove your contingencies in writing. You do in a regular resale transaction. If you have 17 days to do your home inspection, on day 17, that contingency doesn't just fall off and your deposit is in jeopardy. You have to remove that contingency in writing. In new construction, that may not be the case, and you may not get a warning. So if it's you do have a refundable deposit, and you have, let's say, 14 days or 2 weeks into the transaction before it's your deposit is non-refundable, they don't necessarily warn you on day 13 or 14. You just get to that day and it's over and done with. So those are a few of them. Oh, I got one more in here. This is pretty important too. Let's say you wanted new construction, you found one that you love today. Oh gosh, my light just went out. If it's not being built out until January, then how long is your rate lock good for? When does it begin and when does it expire? What if they are late on that build? It's supposed to be built in January. Let's say you get to January and they need another 30 or 60 days. Does that rate lock get extended? Because typically a rate lock needs to be paid for to get an extension. Do they, if you're using their lender, is that rate lock covered by them, by the lender, or is that something that the buyer, that you have to pay for that rate lock extension? Because a rate lock extension actually could be quite expensive. That's just what, 4 or 5, however many I just did there of the 25. If you text this number or wherever you're seeing this, there might be a link for you to sign up. You will get the full 26 of the 25. Amazing. These aren't even the best questions. There's so many more better questions. Again, I'm Zach McReynolds from the Cherrie Zach team, NextHome Real Estate Rockstars, Valencia, California. Holler.